What's up, everyone? Well, I thought maybe to start off today, the 15th of February, good karaoke practice. This song has really touched me since, I guess, high school. This science fiction of Dune was so good. Yeah, the Sci-Fi Channel had a remake of the classic sci-fi Dune by Frank Herbert. And when I was in high school, it was even talked about in AP European history class, in which the teacher was talking about Frank Herbert's Dune and how it was inspired by this. I think it was some sort of rebellion in I want to say somewhere in um, Africa, in a kind of there was a real Maldive who rebelled, I think, against the European colonialists, and yeah, that was a real thing. However, this Maldive, I think, was unsuccessful, and I mean, this is kind of an adult channel. His head was used as a soccer ball when he failed. However, Frank Herbert, so creative. He's like another J.R.R. Tolkien in um, and when I was in high school, Sci-Fi Channel had this it was this TV miniseries, only a couple episodes, but the music was just so good. This is like Arthur C. Clarke's Songs of Distant Earth level music. It's just like, wow, I can hear some sort of soul in there. And it makes me think, what if Dune kind of happened on another star system? It's very, very possible with all the star systems out there. Like, what if the stories of Dune, if not exactly, or even if exactly it happened that way, um, crazy stuff. The music was just so good, and I remember playing one of those tunes on the piano. It's not exactly this one. Um, anyway, we can go look for it. The tune I played on the piano years ago was like, and I could play it on the piano. I tried to. I mean, I basically got it by ear. I played it on the piano. I like to do some more ear training. Karaoke practicing this much. So Dune kind of that song. I need to kind of warm up. It's do da, Yeah, that was a tune carried to me across these years since high school. And kind of the major, you could say the kind of like the theme song, or just the major, the most glorified song in that TV series is Inama Nushif. Man. And I've seen AMVs of this with Final Fantasy, or, by some YouTubers. Man, Inama Nushif. Translated, she is eternal. And I'll just read the translation in English. You can kind of look it up. It goes, she is eternal, no malice can touch. Singular and ageless, perpetually bound. Especially that perpetually bound in like the Fremen lyrics is like Zaratha Zarati. Those Fremen lyrics, Fremen being kind of like the Arabic parallel, I guess. If, we're all this oil is in the Middle East, all this spice is in this planet, which I guess the whole civilization, interstellar or intergalactic, needs to get all this spice. We need to get all this oil from the Middle East. Yeah, so that lyric, perpetually bound translation, is actually Zaratha Zarati. It reminds me of Zoroastrianism with Friedrich Nietzsche. I mean, the Z's, Zoroastrianism, Zaratha Zarati. Z, by now, reminds me so much of the zeta function, the Bernard Riemann zeta function, or you could, Riemann, I like to say Riemann, the Riemann Euler Ferris Buettner, the Riemann Euler zeta function, or usually just called the Riemann zeta function. Yeah, it's the same Z. Not that any of this kind of, I don't know. The lyric is so powerful, though. I mean, just the words, Zaratha, Zarati. It's kind of scary. All these Z's. So yeah. Continuing with the translation. Through the tempest, be it deluge or sand, a singular voice speaks through the torrent. Through the tempest, be it deluge or sand, a singular voice speaks through the torrent. Forever her voice sings, through the ages eternally bound. Sacrifice is her gift, one that cannot be equaled. Forever her voice sings, through the ages eternally bound. Sacrifice is her gift, that Alia will one day equal. She is eternal, no malice can touch, singular and ageless, perpetually bound. All right, so in terms of a karaoke practice, inama nushif, oh asiriyayi, Liani Zaratha Zarati Hat Al Hadud Oman Al Bahid Aya Idare Adam Malum. I don't know if I'm doing that right in terms of the melody. Oh well. Had al Haudad Al Man Al Bahid Aya Idare Adam Malum inama nushif inama nishuf al asadar and Zaratha Zarati Kalibaka Atishuf Ahad Al Hudad Al Mandali Inamanishuf Al Asadar and Zarati Kalibaka Atishuf Ahat Al Hudad Al Mandali Aliyah Inamanushif Al Asir Hiyayish Liani Zaratha Zarati. All right. Well, yeah, that's one way to start off the day. I said maybe Jay Chou. I was thinking this song I mentioned while I was at that cemetery by Jay Chou Feng. I thought this meant wind in Taiwanese or mainland Chinese. However, it appears to actually mean maple leaf. So I don't care. The kind of reader response theory that was so scholarly taught to me in high school is that we all have a different kind of a feeling when we hear a song or any kind of situation. We have our own kinds of feelings. It might not be what the author intended. I don't give two craps what the author intended. I mean, it's kind of like StarCraft, StarCraft, Blizzard Entertainment created this video game, and they did not intend for some creativity. They never intended for the likes of Maynard or D22 Soso or XDS Gur and going on into Korea, this whole StarCraft culture. They never intended it. They just had some simple, video game. And then the actual reader response theory, the person who gets the feeling of it takes it and just makes a whole universe out of it. and that's how I kind of see this. Uh, Jay Chou, Taiwanese singer Jay Chou is very interesting. He is the king of Mando pop, C pop, Chinese pop, and to put him in the same video as Inama Nushif, and this is sort of how the world rolls. All these disparate, seemingly unrelated, axial age stuff, things. We're all on the same planet, and yeah, this phone by Jay Chou, I don't think I'm gonna be able to do that well with it because my traditional Chinese is not that good. My simplified Chinese is not that good. Um, However, I like a challenge. Even though even butchering a song, like how many times have we heard songs sung in tune? Would it be better to hear it sounding butchered and not in tune? It's kind of like that Game of Thrones thing. The kind of matriarch was talking to Sansa Stark, and it was like I see flowers all around every day. I don't need another flower. Give me something that doesn't look like a flower, that doesn't, sings out of tune. Um, and butcher the song. Um, let's see. So that's a good way of sandbagging, like Steve Jobs. Sandbagging financial results of Apple. Sandbag the expectations. Uh, I don't know. It's actually been a while since I've even heard the melody of Jay Chou's phone, which I interpret as wind. I mean, I could do a double, triple entendre. This is wind. It's also maple leaf. It's a maple leaf in the wind. Um, so okay, I actually kind of feel this. Looking at these lyrics, I don't know what they mean exactly, but I kind of remember the melody. 悲伤透的心，可继续爱，我用力牵起背。All right, I'm just gonna do, a little bit. Um, we all have to go about the rest of our day. Jay Chou Feng. 乌云在我们心里割下一块阴影，我聆听沉寂已久的心情，清晰透明，就像美丽的风景，总在回忆里才看得清。被伤透的心能不能够继续爱我？我用力牵起没温的双手，过往温柔已经被双手。All right, that is a good job butchering. Um, I could probably do one, a couple lines correctly, but it's hard. It's like I don't know these words exactly. 乌云在我们 No, not like that. 乌云在我们心里割下一块阴影。乌云在我们心里割下一块阴影。我聆听曾记已久的心情，清晰透明，就像美丽的风景，总在回忆里才看得清。So I basically kind of know these 4 lines, but I don't understand the words. 乌云在我们心里割下一块阴影。That's not how the song goes. 乌云在我们心里割下一块阴影。我临近曾经饮酒的心情，清晰透明，就像美丽的风景，总在回忆里才看得清。All right. I have to kind of study more how Jay Chou verbalizes those lyrics because just it's not really there the way I'm singing it. But that's why I call this a karaoke practice. Oh man. Just to get one more thing in there, I came up with these lyrics for Twinkle Twinkle Little Star to represent kind of the darkness of recent times. And it's well, it kind of goes like this. We know the twinkle twinkle little star, how I wonder what you are. And then I made up a lyric. Twinkle, twinkle, dreadlord star, how I dread you so, red dread. Ooh. Yeah, it's kind of the darkness of recent times. I mean, the darkness of the crucifixion of innocence in these 2000 something years. Man, or maybe it's under 2000. I don't know. What. I don't know if anyone really knows the exact dates of the life of Yeshua, Aramaic for Jesus Christ. It is very dreadful. I'm going to try to end this on a positive note. And on a positive note, what is positive? Fairy Warrior is positive. Swifty the Fairy Warrior. Oh my gosh. The way some mere mortals do things, like Swifty, is you could say it's divine or almost divine or something like that. It's just so cool to watch. Yeah, go check out Swifty's videos. It'll end you on a positive note. Don't, as I do not like to toil and just kind of my soul gets sucked into some abyss of dreadlord stars and how dark it is to put our sins on someone else. Could that ever be done? Was that ever true? No. Man, lest civilization collapses if we don't take responsibility for our sins. We still have to imprison murderers and rapists and people who sin. We have to fucking punish that. It's like, oh, you don't get away in our legal system. You can put your sin on Jesus, but you're still going to jail or getting executed. Capital punishment. Yeah, don't end on this kind of darkness here. I mean, it's kind of like drinking Manaroth's blood. The orcs were drinking Manaroth's blood, and it was a real magic, but it wasn't to the benefit of the orcs. It was to the benefit of Gul'dan and and the Burning Legion. Anyway, I don't know. This is all just kind of stream of consciousness. Don't take my word to be gospel, right? No, right? I think that I guess trying to end positively. Thinking of Swifty always is kind of positive. Thinking of Uck, Urahara Kasuke, the Urahara Kasuke wannabe me, and the Swifty wannabe me, and the Hayate wannabe me. It gets it positive. Urahara Kasuke has some great AMVs in his name. Bohemian Rhapsody, I Don't Care. Aizen has some great AMVs. I Don't Care. Oh my goodness. Okay. Go check out some AMVs that are positive, Don't let me kind of. We do have to address the Dreadlord star, and we do have to address all this other stuff. It's just as one of the managers or directors at my work said, things are kind of unwinding, and to kind of unwind the darkness of Christianity is sort of, I guess, is foisted upon me in my imagination or something. Or in the real world. Unwinding the darkness of Christianity. And I'd say I cannot do that of my own accord. It's sort of the cosmos in general evolving, and yeah, that's one of my screen names I like to use. I like to use quite a few screen names. There's this one, Uck wannabe, Swifty wannabe, Hayate wannabe. There's also HDSF, High Definition Street Fighter, and also Hayate Doctor Strange Fate. It's awesome double entendre. HDSF. There's also, and this is kind of a mouthful. It's really long. It's Ucast Mevel Love. And I've used it for a while. It begins Ucast, and that is UK Uk, Urahara Kisuke, AS, Aizen Sosuke. Another S, Sargeras, Sargeras. T, Thanos, Thanatos, plus Greco-Roman deities, Athena, Zeus, et al. M, Mercy, Canon, the greatest goddess, the greatest divinity, deity in Asura's wrath, and I'm going to say probably in this universe. Evol, EVOL, evolution, love spelled backwards, love. So yeah, Ucast Mevel Love is one of my screen names I like to go by. And also it's too long. Sometimes Ukas is good enough, or Uk is good enough. It could be Ukaz. It could be Ucast. Sounds like a Protoss High Templar in StarCraft casting a psionic storm. Ucast. Ball lightning, Oh man, ball lightning is somehow so sticky in my soul. It's like ball lightning. Socratic lightning. And then Ucastum would be like, do that to them. Ucastum. Ucastum. And then Ucastumevo sounds so much like Evo, the car that rivals the Subaru car, Mitsubishi Evo, or EVILLIVE, Devil Lived. And and then finally, the whole name, Ucastumevo Love. Oh man, sometimes Uk just sounds better, or Ukaz sounds better, or Ucast or whatever. I will kind of end it there because I think that's pretty positive, at least for my own ego. Or I mean, just kind of in a reader response theory. I wonder. You can't please them all. I'm gonna, don't hate the player, hate the game. I know. I can just imagine. There's never almost unanimous praise and accolades and likes for anybody like this planet. Some people just like to play the devil's advocate. If everyone, and I kind of said a while ago, this planet is going to go down with all the gods, 33 million Hindu gods, and all the gods, or all the divinities. This planet is going to go down with all the divinities as we roll our boat into the future. And for divinities, there might be unanimous consent. It's sort of, the way the cosmos in general evolves is always kind of with, I don't know. Actually, I don't know if I can say it's always with the unanimous consent of divinity. It is what happens. Sometimes divinities don't care. It's rare that all divinities care about one thing in particular. Kind of the way the cosmos kind of evolves, it's just the sum total of everything, and that's everything in 3 space, 4 space, 5 space, 712, 1729 space, partitions of 2021 space, Major McMahon spirit in there. That it's the way the future evolves, the present evolves into the future is the sum total of everything. And that's quite something. Um, well, in terms of unanimous likes by YouTubers, some people just like, oh, I'm gonna shine by being giving this video a dislike, or um, still, I hope we kind of unfurl this mess we're in of geopolitical proxy wars, religious wars, ideological wars in Indonesia or in Cambodia, in which communists and capitalists would be kind of just genocide based on ideology, um, and all this stuff. It's like it's a big mess. And how do we unwind this such that we don't nuke ourselves and we don't even go kill people? Like it's in current events. Like we, as in not really me, but also me, because I am you know a citizen of these United States of America. You know, this is ridiculous. How do we go out and make the decision to go kill someone? Like, it's probably, it's kind of like Truman would be like, President Truman, I think it was President Truman says, we nuked Japan because that is actually saving lives. Because if this war were to drag out longer, it would kill more lives than the nuke would, you know, vaporize and irradiate lives to death. Um, yes, I guess, However, how sure are we that um, that's correct? That that is the greater magnitudes to think of something. Um, it's a very, very ominous decision when we make the decision to go out and kill someone, like we did the father of the Persian nuke program. Like, you know, his soul is somewhere in the ether now, and hopefully he's not gonna try to like inspire his nuclear program or inspire nukes in general. Um, it's very scary. Thank goodness I'm not, you know, having to make those decisions. I mean, I talk to regular people, and it's really like we don't care. Shao Kahn in Mortal Kombat Conquest has a very strange personality, because it's not a normal personality to go out and want to conquer another realm. That is not normal. All we want, all just chill in the living room, do some interesting work if we feel like it. Some people don't want to work, and that's perfectly fine. It's like Elrond's house in Lord of the Rings. If there's work to be done, but if you don't want to do work, just don't do work. And not an evil thing could ever penetrate into Elrond's house. And I sort of want to be inspired by that and kind of make my house kind of this. Oh, there's music, there's computers, a hackerspace. There's content creation on YouTube and Twitch and TikTok, and there's everything that so inspires the imagination and the dreams for the future, which we all kind of would pretty much agree: eternal youth, spaceships for everyone, necromancy. You know, um, I kind of want my own house to be kind of like Elrond's house, and not an evil thing could ever penetrate into here, or when it does, it becomes like a foolish evil that is quickly assimilated into Kai's mind, and spinned off in a kind of like as Sanctus Wings or Arkham Book. Yeah, this is my house, and yeah. how to spin off this whole, you know, assassination of the Persian Iranian father nukes. I bet some sort of calculation like that was made. It's kind of a self-serving calculation because it's like we wanted to go out and do it, and you could make any kind of back of the envelope calculation to do it. And Lord knows what else goes on that's not in the media. It may be all sorts of lives lost every single day. I don't know. I don't really want to know because I am more like Quan Chi, a sorcerer type. I don't. It's kind of weird. And I guess Shao Kahn, he wants to go and conquer other realms. He's kind of weird, but I don't have that personality. I'm a scientist. I'm a sorcerer, and anyway, Shao Kahn has some really interesting lines in Mortal Kombat Conquest TV series from 1998, 1999, and Shao Kahn says, like, oh man, I don't know. What does Shao Kahn say? As this kind of purple black hell butterfly messes with my brain, kind of flutters in, flutters out. A seventh dimensional hell butterfly from Bleach. It's quite something. And I think that Shao Kahn had a really interesting saying. Shao Kahn said, all sins must be answered for. And that is so deep. Yes, all sins must be answered for. I explored this in 2017, the year 2017, and it's interesting, yeah. We do have to answer for our sins. And I'm just going to do my Quan Chi stuff, my Shang Tsung stuff, my sorcerer stuff. I have a Doctor Strange t-shirt, and why not challenge Doctor Strange for the title of Sorcerer Supreme? In our imaginations, at least. But back to, nonfiction reality. I will see y'all later. This has been going on long enough, this YouTube video. I will stop this stream, and I hope you all have a good day. It is kind of a rainy day here in SF Bay area. Kind of like one of those dreary Virgil days. And I want you all to say hi to Virgil. Those my 4 shirts. I have personally made 5 t-shirts on Amazon Smile, and the one in the far, let's just leave it there. Have an air of mystery. These 4 t-shirts plus the one I'm wearing right now. Eve Online. I will see y'all later. Have a really good rest of your day. Be productive, be constructive. We're all in this together.